Alright, everybody. It's 1v1 time. We had a little bit of a delay. We were waiting for LGD to get in here, but they are here now. We've got SCCC versus Old 11, and what the heck? We have SF versus Underlord. My hopes were just dashed, Danog. I was like, ooh, maybe we're gonna end with a SF 1v1.
Nah, none of that.
Nah.
That would make it. We've had one of them, right? Or at least I've seen one of them. Have you seen any more?
Yeah, I think there's been a couple, but it's definitely not. We've seen a lot more of like Axe versus Shadow Fiend, Axe versus Rubik. I guess they're just trying to put people on like their signature heroes, but I think I also have the bug where I have one of the players' player perspective. I can see a mysterious cursor on my screen.
Is it mine?
Where's your cursor right now?
Is it moving back and forth a little bit? Or?
No, it's completely stationary.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I have SCCC's player perspective for some reason. It's really not supposed to be possible. I don't actually understand how this works because like I don't have the drop down. I'm live in the game. I'm not spectating, but somehow I'm actually completely stuck on either on SC's player perspective or somebody else. No, it's not SC actually. I think I'm stuck on one of the casters.
All right. Well, I was about to say we're in for a treat where you just get to watch SCCC's perspective, right?
Yeah, no. I think it's maybe a bug with like somebody setting themselves as a cameraman in a channel. Anyway, I'm gonna try and reconnect quickly and.
Okay. I will talk about the game while you do that. We've got a couple of observer wards on the Dire side, just the one on the Radiant side. They haven't done this little trick yet where they basically farm one of their observer wards and deny it up. Yeah. He's gone into the Shadow Rays anyway, which I think is pretty standard these days.
I can't imagine that this is a very good matchup for Underlord. I'll say that right now.
Yeah. It's kind of gradual, right? Which makes it a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Like his farming capability is gradual, and Shadow Fiend's just going to be able to bully him out.
Yeah, I think Shadow Fiend's
slowly takes
like every time you try to go up for a creep, you're just gonna get bombed by 2 raises. I'm fine now as well. By the way, the reconnect has fixed whatever spectating shenanigans were going on, so we can get
easy game.
SCCC's already got his whole game planned out. Wraithband salve, mango salve, mango salve, mango.
Any diversions from that is a tragedy.
You watch it, he'll clear it after like after no time. Alright, so Old 11 just gonna get the Atrophy Aura first. And he's just doing aggro tricks to try and get at least some CS here. Alright, gets 2. It's not bad. I mean, SC so far only has the 1 and actually gonna miss that one to the tower. I don't think this one is gettable either. So Underlord winning the matchup, Danog. It's happening.
He's done it.
He's done it. Call it
SCCC. He's gone for the Atrophy Aura as well, so it's not going to be the easiest time for SCCC to get these last hits now, at least until he's level 3. That's when Old 11 really needs to worry, but even now he's getting bullied out a little bit.
Man, he wanted the value of getting that mid-range raise on for the last hit and getting the damage on the Underlord, but was not destined to be. Didn't get the last hit. Out comes the Firestorm, and the Old 11 still leading here. I don't know. Maybe this Atrophy Aura is just the biz.
I mean, I think at level 1, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the complexion of the game is going to change.
For sure. Shadow Fiend just needs to get to his level 3, and that's where this raise damage is really going to start stacking up. Let's see. All right, just going to go for the 2 melee creeps there.
Alright, he's got his level 3 now. Old 11, he's gonna start getting bullied. Ooh, he might just try and take
up in his face. I think he's just trying to duel this out. He does have some stick charges, but there's the long raise. As soon as you start walking away from that Shadow Fiend, there's your first blood. Is Old 11 gonna call it now?
Maybe he's like, will SCCC die to the creep wave, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I guess he has to go back. Well, it doesn't really have to, but SCCC gonna choose to. He is delivering his items, so seems like Old 11's gonna play this one out. He might, maybe he's buying time for his teammates to have dinner.
Could be. That was a long game that they were playing. It was what, like 67 minutes, I think.
Yeah, we got delayed, and it could have been worse if Vici had won the series, because Vici had won that game, because then they would have been in a game 3, and we would still be waiting. But yeah, there was a CPL match going on, which is why this has all been a little bit delayed. So a little bit out of our control, unfortunately, guys. As SC chasing after Old 11 with his Windlace. Old 11 just wants his creeps. He came back to think about trying to firestorm that range creep, but not gonna happen. SC at least getting the experience here as it do de-aggro a little bit. I mean, he's still winning on CS, but he needs to get a kill to make to turn this back into having any kind of a chance, and I just don't really see how Underlord is gonna do that. Maybe
he needs the raindrops.
I guess he can take the tower, right? If he takes the tower, he can still win. But again, might also be a little bit difficult against the Shadow Fiend. So.
He's running.
Mid raise,
max range.
Yeah, long raise coming up. It's just gonna be damage.
Oh, misses.
He really he hesitated there. Wasn't sure if he wanted to go for it. Underlord still doing good in CS.
What's he got coming out to him? Boots, huh?
Alright.
I don't know, I feel like those raindrops are mega value. Maybe he doesn't know
Oh,
that
can he
they're
get this
allowed.
kill? SC is extremely low. 11 HP, gets the salve off. Here comes the pit. Old 11 wants to finish it off. He's got boots. SC turns around for one hit. He's got a mango. Another salve being popped by Old 11. I don't know how SC gets out of this one.
What is going on?
I think he's dead. Wait, there's no mana on the Underlord, so he just has to... Wait, is he allowed to run to the tier 1? Is this allowed?
I don't know, man.
I guess.
I guess all logic's gone out the window right now.
Alright, Old 11, go hit his tower. You know he's walking back. You don't have
This
any
is
mana.
some next level stuff, you know?
I think SC kind of messed up, to be honest. He was a little bit low, and he let the Underlord get up in his grill. Alright. Old 11's got the ward trifecta. Illuminati confirmed.
Oh, places one immediately. Underlord's gonna spot it too.
Yeah, Underlord's got a sentry. Old 11 is ready. Alright, all SC needs to do now is he can grind it out till 10 minutes and hold his tower, and he'll be fine. The siege creep is here. Old 11, the D ward.
He's going for it. Not even trying to deny any of his creeps. He wants the full HP, he wants that damage onto the tower, and the threat to constantly be there.
This would have been so interesting if the Underlord had actually got that kill.
I mean, I don't want to say it would have been over, but you can kind of grind it out as an Underlord much more than a Shadow Fiend, you would think.
Yeah. Well, I really thought that this was going to be a completely uninteresting matchup, but here you go. Old 11 is still giving us a little bit of a show. He's got the level 6 now, but just going to opt for more points in his non-ultimate abilities. Not going to bother with getting the Dark Rift. I don't really think it would be all that useful for him here. Other than, I guess he could TP back and then Dark Rift out for a reset. Kind of a Nature's Prophet move. There's SC, alright, brings out his own sentry.
Unfortunately doesn't catch any of that trifecta.
No,
only the one.
Yeah, it's gone. SC just holding on to this tower. Old 11 running at him.
Tower damage, Old 11, do it. Get a Blightstone.
Man, nobody's actually... Ooh, net worth on both sides, not phenomenal. I guess there's been a lot of... That's the nature of these matchups. It's always a lot of regen fairing. Old 11 with another sentry. This man will not be deterred, and now, okay, puts down another observer ward to give himself vision up here on this high ground. SC, I feel like being fairly conservative with the raises. Just maybe he's willing to grind this out to 10 minutes.
Or maybe he's just waiting for that level 7, so he gets maximum usage out of it.
He's going for
He's going to Veil, so yeah.
Yeah. Just wants to pop the Underlord when he gets a chance. Old 11 might try and buy up a couple of bracers or something, though he's running out of time. Soul Ring's coming out.
That'll help with at least some HP, but Power's going to start taking some hits. If you can get some double value
Eleven's
off
running
it,
on
both
him.
the
He's
creeps,
right on
yeah.
top of him, but here comes the Requiem. There's the pushback. Well, nice
Oh, he doesn't have mana.
glyph. He's tanking it for a little bit longer. SC doesn't have the mana. Salve on the high ground. Old 11 wants the turnaround. SC
mana.
getting baited in. He's okay, though. Oof. Man, Old 11 is making the right move at every turn here. Just unfortunately not quite going to be able to do it. SC heading back one more time, so this is his third free TP out into the lane. 11 does actually TP back, but he doesn't have a skill point, so he's just gonna walk
Can't
it.
dark back, yeah.
Yeah, all right. SC, the D-Ward games continue. He doesn't try and get the observer, and he is being spotted by. There's still 2 observers here for.
Underlord just bought another sentry.
Old 11's on his way. His tranquil boot speeding him towards his destination. 42-11 versus 42-10. It's pretty close, but that one kill still in SC's favor.
Oh, he's only got a minute 20.
SC's
so.
also got tranquil boots. They're both like, what is these nukes are too much.
He wants that little bit of extra experience.
This is psychological damage.
Alright.
Are we finally going to
minute,
see
5
what
seconds.
happens when we get to 10 minutes? I want to
guess
see.
so.
I want to see if the admin pauses it and just calls it, or if you know, if they're going to realize and.
Alright, here we go. He's going for it. Raindrops coming out for him. He's going for the all-in dive.
All right, here we go.
Come on, I see that.
Show me
That's
what you
prime
got.
taunting time. He needs to start dancing in his face.
Does he have it equipped? Is there any way to tell? He does have it equipped.
Trying to push the wave out, get those creeps taking up some of these tower hits.
Raise,
Old 11.
forcing him back. All right, here comes the raindrop. Salve up. You got 30 seconds left, 11. You got to get this kill. SC, what are you doing over here? Gets caught in the pit. Old 11's running him down. SCCC, 20 seconds till he wins.
He's just running.
Just has to survive. Well, this was surprisingly close on the CS, I have to say. I really thought that it would be... Alright, SC, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... You got it. The 10-minute coin flip. What happens? I think he's asking.
He knows.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of want to see if I can...
Old 11's just like, fight me, coward.
I'm going to try and hit it with the old translate app. See what...
Oh, you're using your phone for this?
Yeah. just pull it out, point it at the text. What do we got?
If it's fight me, coward, I'm a god. That Old 11 said.
10 minutes. Who won in the end? And then, yeah, he confirms Aster. Right. So, okay, anticlimax. There you go. 10 minutes of our lives. SCCC taking the win in the 1v1, and hopefully we'll be getting nice and fast into the actual lobby.
Dinner has been eaten on LGD's side, though, so that might be a big advantage for them in the end.
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to unpause, so this is just where we leave it. Alright, disconnect, Danog, get out of there, buddy.
We go on.
That is the last 1v1 of CDA League. For this incarnation, at the very least.
Suitable way to end it, I suppose.
In a very bizarre 1v1 matchup ended by the 10-minute timer. There you go. So Aster gonna get a little bit of an advantage there, getting selection priority for themselves. Should we talk about the matchup, or we'll just head to a break maybe, and we'll come back and we'll have a chat about the series. We'll get into the draft right away. Lobby.
Sounds good to me.
So the lobby even up. Okay, lobby's up. We're gonna hop in here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back for the actual best of 3 in just a couple of minutes. Sit tight. So they will be able to. He'll be able to kind of match some of the timings of the Dragon Knight and the Death Prophet, right? Like if they rotate to his safe lane to take his tower with either an Exorcism or Elder Dragon form, he can always just head over to the opposing safe lane, pop a Metamorphosis, and kind of take a tower in the same kind of time. So it means that LGD aren't going to be forced into taking every single fight early on, lest they fall behind. They do have kind of more of a trading option.
And they've just got Maybe's hero left to pick, only 15 seconds. Really feeling against a DP. You can't go his comfort heroes and, you know, your Conquer and that sort
I
of
think
thing.
they might
but...
Lina, but I don't know if I like it that much.
Team pick
No,
Okay.
Okay.
of
This
Yeah.
hero is gaining. Quap's stock is really rising this last couple of days.
You're not as vulnerable to the clockwork rotations that I'm sure that Bobica is going to be looking to do. Unless it's an XXS clockwork. Still yet to be completely revealed, but I don't think you want to be... The reason behind the pick of it is of course, just to disrupt FY as much as possible on this Earthshaker, and you don't want to be committing a core to stop a support Earthshaker. So I think it kind of is forced into that 4 role.
I wonder if Aster would consider picking like the Ricky here. Or something along those lines. Just something that can like go and hunt and run at the Terrorblade and also kind of do the same thing with the Quap. They've got the DK to put up against the Queen of Pain, so the lane's not going to be awful. Though the thing I would be worried about is the Shaker. I think that FY is going to be rotating mid plenty, and so whoever's there up against the Queen of Pain, even if it's the Dragon Knight, you know, he's going to be hovering around kind of half HP a lot of the time. Especially in the early stages, and that's where just a single Fisher block off.
Ooh,
They're going just for the 1-to-1 counter on the Terrorblade.
TB. Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen Zeus in a while.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically in the dumpster. I was thinking about this, right, with 7.26. You know what I'm saying. With the 7.26 coming out, with the strength not giving as much to the magic resist, is that going to help Zeus out? They don't really... I guess they have the Mars, but all of the strength cores are going to be nerfed in that aspect, but the Agi cores really aren't affected all too much by that because they're not really building up too much. Like, they build raw HP as opposed to strength on things like the TB and the Quap. So, yeah, it's the direct counter. It's just, will Aster be able to create enough space to let Zeus do his thing?
Yeah, and where is this Zeus
5
going?
seconds remaining.
So it's actually going to be... who's...
5 Zeus?
Yeah, it's 5 Zeus. Fade's playing it.
Okay.
So
I don't know about that.
they're pushing the clockwork up a little bit. I do like the prioritizing the clockwork somewhat this game because I think if he gets more levels, is going to be able to hunt the Terrorblade and give him a hard time. And I could maybe see this position 5 Zeus working out just for a little bit of vision game. It does still bring decent nukes. And the other thing that's nice about the Zeus, regardless of what position he's in, is that he's actually quite good at just walking up to a lane and like killing a Terrorblade illusion that happens to be standing there farming. Just by existing in the game, you can actually slow down Terrorblade's farm pretty nicely. Just by every single time he sends that one random illusion off to go and clear an entire wave on one of the side lanes, you just bolt it, you're done. It's going to take a really long time before the Terrorblade has enough HP on his illusions to deal with that.
You really need to be playing from the lead, though, when you've got this Zeus. It has no escape potential on its own. He's relatively slow. He's kind of squishy, and so if he's not getting that farm and he has to, you know, as you said, go to the lane to get creeps or move off to the jungle, start using his Chain Lightning to start getting some neutral farm, he's just food if he's caught out by this Queen of Pain or basically anyone. Mars or Queen of Pain will just chunk him down.
Yeah, I think by far probably one of the most worrying things this game, if you're Aster, is the potential that this Queen of Pain is going to get a little bit out of control, especially with some help from FY. He's already got the boots picked up, so we'll be quite mobile back and forth between top and mid. And the nice thing about the Mars is that he doesn't really need too much help. What are they doing here? So it is going to be just SCCC playing Death Prophet in the safe lane. It is a little bit annoying for the Mars, but you can just play defensively with your spear and be ready to get the pushback when required. So Aster just coming down here, and it's certainly a gamble playing this position 3 clockwork. We will just have to see if he can have a really good game. I think he's actually going to be the man to watch for Aster.
I have slightly more faith in a position 3 clockwork than I did the position 3 Tusk, so
Amen,
he's
brother.
got that going for
Amen.
him.
If I never see a position 3 Tusk again, it'll be too soon.
Pause 4, I love it.
Oh, plus 4, it's awesome. It's great.
Get me out.
The battle begins.
He's hiding. He's lurking. X-Success. He knows X-Nova wants to go to the creep wave. X-Nova wants to body block the wave a little bit. Actually, decent if he stays with the wave, right? Is X-Success actually just going to try and block it himself? Is he cogging here? What's
He's
the
just
plan?
skilled it up.
All right, he's taking over the block from X-Nova. Like, X-Nova was, I think, quite happy to block it himself, but X-Success wants the serious block. Oh, I've never seen that. The creeps, so they'll attack the
Start hitting the cogs.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
interesting.
tower is under attack.
Alright, well, Fade's already down here bolting Chalice in the face, so that's not very fun.
He's already at half HP.
Yep.
It's the strength
He
of that
really
suit.
didn't bring a whole lot of regen down here either. He's trying to get to the Ring of Tarask.
Well, that armor's not really going to do all too much against this kind of lineup.
No, not really. Fade, alright. X-Nova kind of zoning him out. Just wants to body block the small camp, make sure that they can't get this wave pushed back after they, blocked the creep wave and had it bounce off the tower. So XXS gonna kind of get things in position where he wants them. XXS, I'm not sure you want to be in these cogs. He doesn't find a way out. Chal is just gonna right-click him down. I think maybe he was trying to push him back, but instead he just ends up feeding First Blood to the Terrorblade, which is a no bueno.
Yeah, I mean, you can just call Chalice Rorschach because that Clockwork was trapped in there with him.
Yep. Oh man. Well, that's not a good start. How's top going? Let's look over here for a second. Mars doing decently. Death Prophet 5 CS. Baboka just picking up the disruption at the beginning. FY Grand Theft Creep Wave. Make his way around. Baboka is going to try and aggro this in here. Can he get the positioning? He does manage to entice the range creep to join his battle, and we'll be able to get that denied. That's pretty nice. Old 11, you always kind of need to make this play. You got to force the other guy under the tower. And as I say, that Old 11 actually maybe a little bit of danger. Nicely done with the spear. Baboka does still have the disruption. SCCC trying to close the gap. He's got the Crypt Swarm. Old 11 4 stacks upon him now. Do they have a mango anywhere? Unfortunately, they do not. He's still going to get the 5th stack, and looking like that will be a kill. Aster getting on the board.
Gion's doing an alright job in this mid lane, just trying to pressure out this Queen of Pain as much as possible, but so much more of his net worth is going towards purchasing regen, whereas Queen of Pain, she's had an alright start, and she's able to save up for that bottle.
Yeah, so the rune control going to be very important, and again, that's where FY kind of comes in. He's actually dragged the wave all the way back here to just grab a little bit of farm himself. As I say that, I click on him and he misses that CS, so, it happens.
Gotta stop cursing these people.
Yeah. Maybe I just need to zoom out all the way and then not say anything, and this is the future of casting, folks. No more caster curse. Okay. So yeah, this matchup mid going about as expected. Baboka getting some more pulls. And here comes the Shaker. FY, I think, trying to come from the unexpected angle with this rotation. Or maybe he's just heading all the way bottom. We'll have to see. The Metamorphosis is actually off cooldown, so could be fairly easy to just get a Fissure Block on this Zeus and find a kill that way. Ooh, and he's just playing around with the edges of the fog here to move forward. XXS doesn't know that he's in here. They just need to get the right initiation.
You can tell Fade really wants that level 3 so he can start spamming out these lightning bolts that are doing a ton more damage.
And this is super patience from FY though. Just waiting. Creep Wave is pushing a little bit, so Fade just gonna retreat back to the tower. So maybe ends up being a little bit of a wasted rotation from FY. And it's been so long since he's shown top at all that I think they have to suspect that he's up to something. Oh, and he's actually showing now, I believe. Or maybe.
Yes? Maybe?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, they can see him.
Well. Does XXS have... He's got Tranquil Boots. I mean, they could run at Shaker if they wanted to, but he's also got boots, so... Not really gonna get him. So the Metamorphosis was already popped. I didn't realize it was popped as FY was kind of walking in here. So that's the other big reason that Aster have just been playing back. Fade gonna come over and say hello to FY. And FY being like, alright, okay, I've been spotted. Abort mission. Let's go back and try mid.
Well, meta's just run out, and it's nearly approaching that 5-minute mark, so we might see some aggression start to come out onto Chalice, and then use that low health to dissuade him from starting to engage on these bounty runes. 10 seconds left.
Battery assault coming up. XXS need to be careful about tanking this tower, though. Immediately down to half HP. And having used the battery assault to kind of push the creep wave in CS means he's not going to be so strong at contesting. There is a disruption happening over at top. Old 11 in a little bit of danger. That is 6 stacks on the man. He's dead. XXS trapped inside of his own cogs, getting caught by the cold feet. Battery assault comes off cooldown, but Chalice just comes over looking to clean up this kill. XXS is pretty speedy. Looks like he will get out. Fade just going to take the kill onto X-Nova, though the cold feet once again proccing. Chalice, can he get this kill? Fade doesn't have boots. Looks like FY going to be able to chase it down. He's got a Fissure, so unless he really flubs this, should be a pretty easy takedown. And they will get a 1-for-1 down here. XXS was getting hunted by Somnus, but finds a little hidey hole. He's got his Tranquil Boots running, and he's going to be okay.
Yeah, a lot of sustain coming out on the map for LGD right now. Of course, those Tranquil Boots, as you said, in their way out towards FY, and he's also got a magic stick queued up for him, so he's much more able to stay in this Zeus lane and still be fine. He's protecting up this rune as well.
Fade coming in. Bolt onto the Queen of Pain. Dragon Knight closing the gap, but not that quickly. None of these heroes really have boots other than XXS, who's also still chasing. Blink coming off cooldown in a second. Somnus will just be able to get the blink away, but then TPing all the way back to the fountain, getting pressured out heavily. And that allows Qian to actually tank the tower and keep his catapult alive while pressuring this mid-tier 1. Not what LGD were hoping for at all out of this mid lane. Dragon Knight's really owning. I mean, it's close on CS, but this is big.
Yeah. Yeah, big win. On Aster, they let 2 LGD couriers just walk right on past them, though. One of them which had the completed Tranquil Boots for this Earthshaker. So there's going to be a lot more pressure around the map because they let that one through.
Yeah, interesting. They do get a deep ward back behind the tower here. Chalice with another Metamorphosis ready to go. And rotating down bottom is Fade. They've also got the Shadow Demon here, trapping him inside of the cogs, also rotating in. SCCC, they really want Chalice dead. Can they catch up to him? The Fissure block is going to help out a little bit, but they got the disruption. X-Nova and FY going to go to work. They do get the Sunder. Chalice looking for the turnaround, but I don't think he's quite tanky enough to survive here, as another cogs and another bolt will bring him low. Aster making the rotation with that first Exorcism works out beautifully.
Queen of Pain actually not having any points in the Sonic Wave, otherwise she might have tried to make her way towards that bottom side. Lots of hero commitment down there. It's just feeling that they had it in the bag.
Yeah. I mean, really nice knowing that after they forced the Quap to TP back home, that he wouldn't really be able to get... Yeah, he just wants this tower, I think. Are they going to get the deny? No, he actually gets it with the ticking damage. He is going to pay for it with his life as Old 11 comes TPing in. And that is a 3-man core gank from PSG.LGD.
Yeah. Somnus is praying that this rune spawns top side. It does, so he's going to be able to rotate up towards the top, start to pressure out Fade. This is the time where he can get these easy solo kills.
Yeah, alright, Fade I think might be... Oh, is he dead? I think he saw the haste getting picked up, right? So he kind of knows. Yeah, alright, he's on this. Looks like Fade's going to be okay. XXS just taking a little bit of experience middle to get those levels up a little bit faster. Chalice already heading over into the safety of sort of the tri-camp area on LGD, so he's farming in the most protected place in the map that LGD can currently offer him, and instead they're just going to swap Old 11 down here on the bottom to try and hold on to this a little bit longer. But you have to know that another Dragon Knight or Death Prophet rotation is coming down here to try and take the tier 1 tower eventually.
Yeah, we've nearly got that level 6 as well on XXS, so he's going to be able to get right on top of some of these cores and disrupt their ability to team fight. So you can see here immediately rotating down towards that bottom side of the map.
Yeah. He is going to get scouted by these Radiant Obs. LGD unable to take a tier 1 tower just yet, so are going to try and keep more tabs over
trying
their
to
own
find
jungle.
11.
Yeah, they're looking for him. They catch a glimpse of him now. They get the drain onto him. He does have the spear in a second, and maybe the full combo not too long after that, but spear back, one more drain, and he will be brought down. Up top, Chalice, even without the Metamorphosis, able to do decent damage onto this top tier 1 tower. Fade trying to hold on to it, but doesn't want to draw the ire of the Queen of Pain. So he'll just get himself out of there. And another Elder Dragon form getting popped at bottom just to start securing this tier 1 tower. But this is great news for LGD. They get this tower, they're going to quickly capture this outpost, and they can set up Chalice to be even better positioned to just start farming up this western side of the map.
It is great news for LGD, but Fade's got a ton of experience. He's already hitting up onto level 6 without having to purchase the Tome of Knowledge, so a lot of attention being popped into him.
Baboka getting gone on, but XXS is here to help out. Unfortunately, hooks in onto the illusions, but still closing the gap onto X-Nova. FY going to try and help tank this out a little bit as, what, the Thunder God's Wrath used just to try and steal that kill? Or
secure the kill, Cam. That's
well, he
what
wanted the gold. It is kind of worth it. Ooh, XXS. Well, in a little bit too deep. Does drop out one last cogs. That's just going to be a little bit of farm for LGD.
Easy money.
Okay, well, there you go. Double damage spawning bot. Qian's gonna grab that. Fade still just farming top. They are giving a lot of space to this Zeus to try and pick up this Aghanim Scepter. And Chalice, #1 on the net worth. Still feeling like we're not really getting that much out of this Queen of Pain just yet on the side of LGD. And I believe we're still yet to see a Sonic Wave be used. Someone's just kind of farming, trying to pick up this vessel.
Yeah, going for a bit more of that. It's less of that teamfight damage, much more of the utility style. Hasn't gone the Veil or anything like that. She's got a bit of extra stats now that she's sent back for, you would assume, the TB is going to pick up that Iron Tree.
Yeah, more than likely. I would say that this early game was not very successful from FY, right? I think my expectation was seeing this Shaker pick come out that there were going to be some rotations around the map and finding some kills, but really just hasn't manifested. They've got the hookshot off cooldown. Radiant Scan does hit at the tower as what Fade came in. Fighting into the Exorcism, not going to be easy. Shaker in the front lines, Hook not going to come out. They do just pop the Metamorphosis, everything for the Clockwork. Defensive Disruption going to keep him alive a little bit longer as now ST trying to fight. Ice Blast not going to connect, but the Sonic Wave will push them back. Tons of abilities being traded, but it's just the Clockwork's life so far. And Baboka may be wanting to chase a little bit further. SC actually looking eager, but instead it's just kind of a battle for this outpost. And Dragon Knight grabbing a little bit of farm, while Somnus immediately heads top to clear out a bit of pressure there.
Really important that they were able to finish off that Clockwork. If not, he still had the hookshot off cooldown and would have been able to chase him down. Zeus not having yet popped the Thunder God's Wrath, and he's building straight up into an Ag Scepter, so not even going for the TB chase or the constant pushback.
Yeah, I think I don't mind this. I mean, they don't really have the best. I guess they've got the Clockwork to be like, Clockwork can go and play by himself, and then they can play around the Nimbus once they get it. But
No.
all right. I mean, Old 11, I guess he does have an Arcane Rune, so not really a huge commitment there. But Fade's just gonna come in quickly, pop out the D ward. And
I mean, the biggest issue for me on LGD's side right now is that they are not punishing this 5 Zeus at all. Any sort of team fight where you're not focusing Zeus as your #1 priority, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, going for the Mars here. Looking for the cog pushback. Old 11 very dead. And well, what's happening up top? Somnus applying a little bit of pressure here. But another Elder Dragon form in. DK actually wanting to defend the tier 2, so he's going to go TPing up. LGD, can they punish anything on this bottom side? A little bit difficult for them to fight with no Metamorphosis, and let's face it, Shaker not really a hero at this point in time. FY is going to go TPing top. With 3, they are going to try and go for the Dragon Knight, but he is pretty tanky. Sonic Wave's still on cooldown. Is he going to go up onto this high ground? Thunder God's Wrath just for the vision, as XXS unfortunately does not have the hookshot off cooldown, but I believe that may have revealed a ward, so maybe Fade gonna come over here a little bit later and get rid of that.
Clockwork as well, they're getting some good farm priority towards him. Obviously, it's important that they get this Zeus up, his Ag Scepter, but more importantly, this Blade Mail is going to be enormous for Clock.
Yeah, he really needs it to be able to go in. But the nice thing as well about having a hero like Clock as your position 3 who isn't as farm dependent, is that it's creating even more space for this Zeus, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the position 4 at this point.
Chasing on 11.
Oh. He's going to be brought down. Ice Blast does connect onto SC. XXS has the cogs to close off the ramp, perhaps. There's the silence. Just protecting him a little bit longer, but there is a fissure. And Somnus hops over to finish off that kill. Some much-needed urn charges as well. Especially if you're going to be going for this Vessel build. FY is like, ooh, can I take these creeps for my blink? Somnus not interested in letting him have them.
Maybe after the Vessel, buddy.
Yeah. Alright, 15 minutes. Bounty rune's coming up. Looks like it is just going to be... actually, what, 3 for Aster here? Pretty nice. Fade.
Where are we?
Trying to last hit without using the Arc Lightning. Does miss one there, but not a huge deal. Man, the Sentry battle that LGD are fighting in this area of the Radiant Jungle has just been non-stop back and forth. Even X-Nova now trying to get some more vision down for his team. Immediately killed off, his ward immediately dealt with, and only the one Observer ward on the map for LGD. They're really having to play pretty scared just because of the constant pressure and what the Zeus is able to do.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job with their vision on Aster. In the first 7 minutes, I think, they had 2 really deep Observer wards. One of them about to expire right now, but it still gets the pick off on hold 11.
Yep. Knocked back. I mean, he's got the arena, but it's just not going to do anything for him. As Aster, 2k gold lead in their favor now. Terrorblade does have the full S&Y picked up. Chalice just going for an early fighting build. Looking for a BKB timing for his team to be able to rally around, because they are buying him as much time as they can, but definitely not going to be able to go for some kind of 3-4 item timing here. Just gonna have to get sort of the single target build going, and also has to keep in mind that there's the Zeus and there's all these nukes. Ooh, Baboka, I think breaking the smoke, but looks like he should be brought down for this unless XXS can help him out. But he weighs his options and maybe decides better of it. The Vessel ticking along with the Frostbite that is going to get the kill over on the other side. They've got the catch onto SCCC and they bring him down. Did you happen to see what happened to the
no, just got arenaed and speared into it, basically, staying a bit too long past his welcome, and you know, it makes it a lot more difficult for them because those kills, it was fed right through onto Chalice. You can see in his quick buy, he's got that BKB as his next key item, so you can give a lot of this farm over to the Zeus, but as soon as that BKB is popped, that Zeus is useless.
Yeah, and Zeus is still down here. I think XXS was hoping for some kind of a rotation. Got a Vessel over on the Dragonite, his Elder Dragon form running out, and can they actually catch anything? They're going to catch a glimpse of FY for a second. XXS, can you find the angle? Doesn't really have a ton of vision. FY still just hiding in here, Baboka chasing, trying to provide the vision as they look to capture the outpost, and FY just going to let that happen. They do still have an Observer ward in the area, though shouldn't be sticking around for too long. It is undercover, it is under a sentry. Fade still just farming everywhere. Only needs like another 1k until he gets the Ags. Pretty nice.
Yeah. I want to see him start skilling a bit more into the static field now, though, considering the change with it, where it just needs to be any sort of Zeus damage and then the static field procs.
True. Yeah, could definitely see him. Oh, and he's got a Nether Shawl as well. It's pretty nice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Definitely the best item for him in this situation. Aster smoking forward. Radiant Scan is going to catch this. They're going to reveal Old 11 as the smoke breaks. He's just tanking the gank once again. 2, 7, and 1. Not having the best of times in this game, but at least Chalice is still farming. And it's with Chalice that all of the hopes of LGD currently lie. X-Nova, he's also going to be caught out here. One more auto attack to bring him down. And Aster maybe not even done. Looking for a little bit more. FY's up here just hiding in the trees. Aster running at them no matter where they are on this map. And still very minimal vision for LGD. Hard for them to know which lanes are safe to play. Fade, Somnus wants to go on him, but needs a little bit more. Actually, his TP's on cooldown. So looks like he might just be a free kill here unless he can somehow juke. Not gonna happen. Sonic Wave brings him down.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, great little play there that we saw before with the smoke. As soon as it's popped, use the Zeus ultimate to reveal exactly where the hero is. It was Old 11 sitting on his own, and well, that's a free kill. In defense of Old 11, yeah, he's died 7 times, but he has been the subject of the constant aggression coming out from Aster. Means that Chalice has been able to sit back and farm. He's got a nice little lead up for himself, but he still hasn't quite reached that BKB timing.
Yeah, but they're still looking for something, maybe hoping to use the Arena of Blood. XXS is going to be the target, doesn't get the blade mail off, just walks straight into this gank, gets pushed out, still going to be dead. Mega kill streak for the Queen of Pain, and now Chalice immediately heads over to start chopping on this tier 1 tower. Dragon Knight, what is he hunting for? They do pop the Zeus ulti once again, just to get a little bit of vision. Yeah, he was just running for the bounty rune. So 20 minutes, both teams controlling an outpost. Fade, only 250 gold to go on this Aghanim Scepter, and you would hope that plus the BKB is going to be a strong timing for Aster, and probably their main timing this game, to be honest. After that point, Terrorblade's going to just keep getting scarier and scarier.
He's a little bit in no man's land though right now. He wants to farm this lane desperately, but he's not in a position to take any sort of team fight on his own.
Come on, Fade, just these last couple of CS. He wants it. But maybe we also have to wait for the BKBs, I'm not sure. SCCC just needs another 400 gold. Dragon Knight, about another 1,000, but he has popped the ultimate for a little bit of farm here. Can he actually stack this camp? Is that going to be in time? Yeah, nice. Right.
Yeah. And it's the level 12 on the Zeus, so their team fight has received a huge boost right now.
Yeah. How's Shaker Blink going, though? That's going to be kind of the trade-off. FY has found a little bit of room to farm, plus his passive gold has just been ticking this entire time. So, he is just about to pick it up. X-Nova helping him out with the jungling just a little bit. And, alright, there you go. Blink Dagger picked up for the Shaker. LGD, I guess the most obvious play is to kind of dangle the Terrorblade as bait and then go for a big counter initiation with the Shaker sitting behind him, get a BKB Sunder off, and just go from there. You know, it's not without risk, but that Thunder God's Wrath is going to reveal the fact that the Shaker has his Blink. That's the other thing that's actually going to be difficult for FY to play around this game. It's just a random Thunder God's Wrath canceling his Blink right as he's looking for the jump. Because I think if you're a good Zeus player, you're going to be keeping the Shaker constantly in mind and trying to think, alright, what is the worst possible timing from my perspective that the Shaker could jump in and just make sure to cover your team.
Yeah. The FY where's Axe moment is the thing that's going to be happening right now, and we all know how that ended, but with the Zeus and the Nimbus picked up this little mango tree, nice little source of artillery damage coming out for him.
I was wondering if they had one, actually. I should have checked. Yeah, that's really nice. He's been chomping mangoes this whole time. Whoop, they caught out the Mars. In comes the Nimbus. Mars unable to get back down the ramp courtesy of this Fisher, and Old 11 just going to be left for dead. XXS with the hook shot all the way over to the mid lane. Catches the additional kill onto X-Nova, and now with 2 dead, can't imagine LGD are too eager to take this fight. The other problem for LGD is that they need to be really careful with the Metamorphosis, because if they pop the Metamorphosis in a situation where they haven't actually caught somebody, Aster are just going to run for the hills, right? There's no reason that they actually have to commit for the fight. Somnus has picked up an Orchid. Definitely, I think he's going to be going and hunting the Zeus, right? As much as possible.
You cannot do anything as a Zeus until you get those first key items, and even now he's going for even more of this glass cannon build with the Aether Lens being built up. He wants to be that long-range siege damage against all these other heroes as opposed to buildings. You know, you talk about these decisions to use the Metamorphosis on the TB. Likewise, on Aster, they actually need to, at least into the later stages of the game, pop the Exorcism to take Roshan if they wanted to go for it. And if they were to preemptively take it, then you know, they need to be mindful of FY coming in with his Echo Slam to try and turn things around.
Yeah, it's going to be a big objective for both teams, but I think we're still seeing a lot of pressure on LGD, just lacking the vision. X-Nova going to get gone on. XXS still running forward. The Thunder God's Wrath plus the Nimbus super useful against these squishies on the side of LGD. And,
Regeneration.
what's going on? Old 11 still just trying to build up a pipe. Man, he's had a rough game. It's been overtaken by the Zeus now in terms of net worth, though of course that's just because they're giving Fade a ton of space. And this tier 1 tower still stands between Aster and any further action on this map. FY worming his way in through the trees. At bottom, Mars, Old 11 is running at Fade currently. I don't know if he can actually get this kill, but he's at least keeping his attention occupied over here. Out comes the Arena of Blood. On the other side of the fight, they've actually jumped on the Dragon Knight and brought him down. And now inside of the trees, Baboka will just barely get the TP out. Looking to punish Old 11 inside of the base here. I don't think he's getting out of this one. XXS just going to keep on chasing. Can he chop down the mango tree?
Protect the tree!
He's got the quelling blade. He wants it. No, they've got the clumsy net. Oh, he finally cuts it down. Well, they picked up all the mangoes. But with that, LGD just straight into the Roshan pit. And this is going pretty quickly. As Triple C, they're not going to let him in here, even though he's got the exorcism. The hook shot from XXS. He snatched it! XXS, what a play! Now Chalice forced to pop the BKB. That Aegis has been claimed. Chalice, can you get out of here? He is going to be able to make his escape, but XXS denying the Aegis from LGD. Oof.
About to say, you've got the escape potential as well, possibly being interrupted by the Zeus. He pops the ultimate, and again, X-Nova, he's going to be food, dying for the 7th time. And they're going to use the remainder of this exorcism to take down this top tower. So big win coming for Aster there.
Man, they just completely deny the fact that LGD took a nice fight top, killed the Dragon Knight, all of that just sort of getting thrown out the window. Qian is going to change the build direction a little bit. He had a Radiance queued up. Just going to be going for the Halberd now. I think respecting the TB's damage. Zeus getting going on, but Old 11 doesn't really have the damage this time around. Fade was like a 3rd HP the previous time. At least FY is there with the Fissure to help out. And Quap looking to help. Hookshot going to be a little bit off the mark. SCC looking for the lockdown. Nice silence and spear onto the Clockwork, keeping him control. Somnus actually jumps forward, now getting silenced, but he had an illusion rune bottle, so he's actually able to get out of here. And now they can look for the turnaround. Dragon Knight going to try and fight this one out. SCC pops the BKB and keeps on kiting. A little bit awkward. Some very important ultimates missing from this fight, as Terrorblade just looking to run. Baboka going to get caught out. That disruption. He's now dead. Qian is actually going to get sundered up. And FY jumping forward, going to be looking for the Echo. There's the Force Staff. Echo doesn't catch on to everybody. Nice Yule from the Death Prophet. That just sets up for the Spear. Old 11 locks him down. They will end up losing FY, but still, he secures another great kill. Kind of a weird fight. Just a 2-for-1 at the end of the day. A couple of BKB charges being popped.
Some great coordination coming out from LGD. That wasn't even FY's Force Staff. It was coming from X-Nova there to be able to get him in even deeper into that fight.
Yeah, and get the secondary lockdown, which is definitely very nice. Okay, so how are these cooldowns looking? 15 seconds on Exorcism, but 35 seconds on the Dragonite ultimate. Not too bad. We've at least got this pipe picked up now for the Mars. Terrorblade working on Scotty. His BKB duration is probably the most important one to keep an eye on this game, so he's now at 8 seconds. Somnus going for a slightly delayed BKB, so he's going to have a full one once he picks it up. But I suppose still anyone's game. It does seem like LGD dragging it back a little bit, especially with this Terrorblade timing. So I don't actually know how I feel about the late game, just because this Zeus is actually pretty farmed. And
yeah, I mean, at level 15 he gets a bit of a power spike as well, getting that extra, you would think, 1.5% static field damage. It's a nice little boost for him considering his role in the game. He's made no qualms about the fact that he is a one trick. He is doing a lot of damage from a long range and giving some vision.
For sure. And LGD still just getting vision down wherever they can. XXS, what do they got? They got a Yules? That is the real Terrorblade on mid. That is a real BKB getting forced out. And he's really in some trouble. He pops the Metamorphosis as well. He's just getting run at. At least FY will be able to hold them back a little bit, but it's not enough. XXS, beautiful hook shot to keep the Terrorblade contained. And now Chalice dead. He's got a buyback, but who cares? No BKB, no Metamorphosis. And I have no idea what he was doing there on the mid lane.
You could see Old 11 and maybe doing everything that they can to draw some of the attention away from this high ground siege, and doing a pretty good job at it. Maybe eventually being forced back.
Okay, Exorcisms run out. Still got a bit of a duration on the Elder Dragon form. FY is going to be able to close the door to the base. And they do get some damage on these tier 2s. Top tier 2 dead now. But,
they're going to lose both of the outposts unless Bobica takes this one on the bottom side.
Yeah. Bobica got... Okay, so it's just going to be one apiece. Banning Rune's coming up. Looks like it should be 2 at the bottom, or 2 on the right side for Aster. And Old 11 goes and grabs 1. Quap TPing top. Somnus just going to move straight into pushing out the lane and taking some farm here. But Terrorblade, a lot of time to sit and reflect on what just happened. Not getting any closer to the Scotty, so getting closed in on a little bit by this Death Prophet net worth wise. And even the Dragon Knight getting into his next round of items. Actually a Craggy coat being found here for Aster. That is going to be really big.
Really handy, and just a lot of luck coming out as well. Fade, he's obviously got the Aether Lens, he's got the Telescope as well, which is just giving them so much teamfight potential, as well as the reduced scan. It means that Nimbus and Thunder God's Wrath are going to be even more impactful.
Yeah, they're going to have a crazy amount of map control off of that, beyond what they already have. And now we've got this Heaven's Halberd on the Dragon Knight, so that's just another anti Terrorblade. And really this game completely is up to the TBs, kind of the solo carry. I mean, Quap does still have scaling potential later on, don't get me wrong. And Somnus is going for the best damage build, at least talent-wise, that he can. Definitely going to be getting the Fear later on, more than likely. Ooh, Zeus getting found top. Alright, nice little kill for Old 11, but XXS looking to punish, though what else can they get? It looks like it's just going to be Old 11 being brought down.
You know it's sad when your position 3 needs to be committing that hard just to kill a Zeus, right?
Yeah, he just keeps trying to find Fade every time. Anything to get him off the map, I suppose, and make Terrorblade breathe a little easier. He is going to be going... also queuing up the MKB here. Does there come a time where Rapier has to come into the consideration for Chalice, or I guess things aren't really that desperate quite
Not
yet?
yet. I mean, I think if
they
found...
They've got the lockdown on the Queen of Pain. Can he get the BKB off? The Cog pushback waiting for him. Mega kill streak ended. Aster, great smoke through the mid lane. Gonna catch another very important kill.
Keep that pressure up towards mid. They haven't even popped the Exorcism. It's all those ghosts flying around are all from the Aghanim Scepter. He's got the Craggy Coat and the Plate Mail, so this TB isn't going to be able to do a ton of damage against this DP.
Actually, yeah, it's really scary. And they've got Fade just sitting back, able to hold out bottom, so shouldn't be too much of a threat to really trade. Quap's still dead for 50. Mars going to be up in a couple of seconds. They do have this Fissure holding things back. Aster still just plinking, right-clicking away. They do not have a glyph available, but that reflection is going to be a little bit of a nuisance. Pretty problematic for the Dragon Knight.
That's the thing with this Zeus. He can still join in these team fights, even when he's pushing out these waves. He's almost hit up onto his level 18.
Yeah,
Needs to be careful about running out of the range of the experience. But
yeah, and he's going to be going for Boots of Travel, so that's going to make it even easier for him to join his team a little bit later on. XXS... What does he see? Spots Old 11. He kind of wants FY perhaps, but not sure if Aster really want to make this dive. Would be a little bit dangerous, and they've got a Dragon Knight showing mid with an Elder Dragon form about to wear out. SCCC just going to pop the BKB and go for the TP out. Boboka running for it with his Aeon Disc that he's working towards. Is he going to get out of here? Yeah, he's fine.
Just does. It means that there's really, like, it has to be the Zeus now that gets picked off by the Queen of Pain, and Well, he's been doing a great job at being where the fighting isn't, basically. It's still having a great impact, and now that with that boost of travel, he can just still stay on the other side of the map, and then eventually TP in towards the end of the encounter.
Yeah. It's like Somnus is going to be just keeping his camera moving around, looking for the Zeus to blink in, pop the BKB, and just own him. I mean, it's still a 10-second BKB on this Queen of Pain. Has not had the opportunity to use it in an actual fight. They've got some vision at mid.
I love XSS's positioning here.
Yeah, they catch a glimpse of him for a second. And they do not know that they're waiting up on this high ground. Aster, smoke.
They saw
XXS gonna go check it out. He heads up. PSG.LGD trying to find their positioning here, but Aster, the rest of them, still wrapping around. They've got the double damage on the Dragon Knight, who if they manage to catch, they're looking for FY in the backlines. The Force Staff gets him a little bit further away, but it's not going to keep him alive. Force Staff for X-Nova. He's also dead. Chalice just trying to lay in with the auto attacks, realizing that this fight is not going his way, and that is just another BKB for yet another TP. Maybe he's trying to clear out the mid wave, at least buy them a few more seconds, but another
Roche
easy fight win for
as
Aster.
well. They're going to be able to take the Roche. They're going to be able to take these bounties. It's a lot more objectives, and you know the net worth is staying relatively even. But if it goes for much longer, it's going to be a very scary prospect as this Zeus starts to become even more impactful as these BKBs start to reduce in duration. If he can hit up onto his level 20 and then 25, he becomes a damage machine.
Yeah, and Terrorblade already down to a 6-second BKB at this point. Like, Chalice was sitting there and he was auto-attacking the Clockwork, and then Defensive Disruption came out. He saw the tide of the fight shifting. If they can't keep the Shaker protected, I don't know what PSG.LGD are going to be able to do. They really need FY to do some heavy lifting in these fights, but it really seems like Aster, they've got his number. They've got the Clockwork constantly hunting for him. They've got the Zeus just dropping the Thunder God's Wrath to scout him out. I don't know how you deal with that if you're FY.
With great difficulty, basically.
Yeah.
He's gone for the Shadow Amulet, so he's going to be trying to roam around a little bit, but the second that Zeus just pops the Thunder God's Wrath, you're going to be found out.
Yeah, and it's ready here. LGD, what are they doing? Just kind of, they're trying to hover around their ward, but little do they know that there's also a Aster ward right in that position. Pushing out mid. Chalice, 3k gold towards MKB. He is going to get disrupted here and loses a big chunk of health off of the Soul Catcher as well. But Aster just poking and prodding a little bit. There is finally some more vision from LGD on the map, but this one especially not going to be lasting for too much longer. And we're still just kind of playing the back and forth lane game. Chan's going to be going for a Mjolnir. Death Prophet has picked up a Lotus Orb. Alright. I suppose nice way to deal with silence on the Quap. Give Terrorblade some issues maybe with the Sunder. You've got fast fingers.
I think it's most important for Somnus to hit up this level 25. That's the next big key timing that LGD are going. And they've seen Fade sitting on this bottom side a fair amount. He's still there again, but Somnus nowhere near to be able to try and pick him off.
Yeah, another smoke from Aster. It's going to be probably the same play again. They get to jump in. BKB even being popped. Man, Dragon Knight holding nothing back to get that quick pick. They pop the Thunder God's Wrath hoping to see something else, but PSG.LGD, they're just out. They're playing the lanes. They're keeping these side lanes shoved in constantly, really preventing Aster from ever coming over towards the high ground, though.
11?
Chalice. Oof.
They've got the scan, and it's on a low duration because of holding onto that telescope.
Yeah, so they've Nimbus, they've rocket flared. Old 11 still wanting to stay up here. This is what the situation looks like for him, though. He really has no idea what's going on, but feels like he just needs to be here to keep on clearing waves. And I think he might actually be able to sneak out and clear the next one. He still doesn't see anything. Actually, now he sees the Dragon Knight over at mid, and maybe a couple of other heroes, so he feels confident to just nose his way out here and quickly clear this wave, keep on moving. They've got to jump in at mid lane. FY out in the middle of nowhere, just getting caught. It will be brought down. Okay.
Instant use of the Demonic Purge as well, which is really impactful because they tried to force stuff him out. the constant purge means that he barely moved at all.
That's actually something I hadn't considered with the Clockwork Shadow Demon combo, right? Against Clockwork, you're always going to try and buy some Force Stabs to deal with the cogs, but the Demonic Purge, that's actually super cool. That's a really good point.
It even means the Glimmer Cape to try and combat this Zeus a little bit, it's going to be next to useless.
Yep. Alright, Thundergod's Wrath getting popped. Aster, Aegis, and Cheese in here. They thought about the Exorcism for a second. Someone's pushing out top. Long TP to cross the map and continue the pressure. But actually he's running back to try and join his team. Looks like, okay, they've scouted the Roshan. They know that they have to kind of be here, so...
Found 11.
Whoop. Yeah, gets caught by the Nimbus, gets caught by the stun. We'll be able to pop his BKB and try and bulwark his way out of this one. Chalice running forward. He's got the MKB. He gets silenced up, looking to focus onto SCCC, but the Dragon Knight's just manning up on him. Puts the Halberd there. Dragon Knight getting blocked. We'll be able to get the blink away. They couldn't get an auto attack on him, unfortunately. And that means that the Metamorphosis has been popped for nothing. And Aster still have the Exorcism up their sleeve. Ooh.
Luckily for LGD, though, no BKBs popped on either of their cores.
Could they force the Roche? Do they have to? Just walk the Metamorphosis in there? I know it's dangerous, but...
It's a much riskier proposition now, especially with the level
They're
25
forward.
on
They're scouting. They need a good jump. Clockwork, I don't know if he's the target. Blade Mail doing decent reflected damage, and he's going to buy back immediately. SCCC just going to go in with the Exorcism, hoping to bring down the Terrorblade. Dragon Knight's waiting for his opportunity. They just can't kill the Death Prophet. The Craggy Code is doing too much work. He gets brought down. They will get the Echo Slam as the turnaround. They kill the Death Prophet off immediately. Old 11 now finds the Zeus on the backlines. They're still fighting. Dragon Knight almost brought down. FY with the turnaround. Aster throwing in more buybacks, though. They know that they need this Roshan, and they've got the money to do this. Somnus, can he find anything else? Fade. Alright, still poking and prodding at Old 11. He's going to pop the BKB. Uses that to come over here and even grab a couple of bounty runes. But XXS has got him. Well, there you go. BKB about to wear out, and Fade going to send him to join the Terrorblade. Oh, even with that Echo Slam. I guess it was 3 buybacks from Aster, but that Death Prophet was just not taking any damage.
Actually taking 0 damage. The meme is real, Kip.
Yep. Plus 12 armor. Pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, 4 deaths plus 3 buybacks. LGD are kind of happy with that. Although they've scouted out this Roche attempt, and they're going to be firing very, very soon on LGD.
This is taking them a little while.
This is fast enough.
Yeah, buyback on the Mars. They're really not very quick without the Dragon Knight. And that is the one downside of the Craggy Coat. SCCC not able to just sit here and auto-attack quite so quickly. Zeus going for a blink, so he'll be able to position himself a little bit more defensively. And he actually finds a magic lamp, which is pretty nice this game.
I still like the telescope on him. I think it's probably the best item you can have.
Yes, I think somebody needs it, right? But maybe Baboka can carry the telescope, and Fade could consider something else later on. But I think for now, definitely well worth it. Lamp is actually coming out to the Clockwork. Alright, I like that. We got a Ninja Gear over on PSG.LGD. What else do we have coming out?
I mean, Zeus is praying for a Timeless Relic or a Spell Prism. He'd love one of those.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they've got a Prince's Knife. Alright, LGD, very safe smoke. In an area where they have good vision and a sentry, making sure. What do they see? They do not have any vision to gank to. They're just going to let the illusions push out mid. And I think they're hoping that there's somebody over here on the right-hand side, but Aster are just holding their hill together. They spot the Dragon Knight now. They also see the Death Prophet a little bit further back. Echo Slam's at the ready. LGD looking for the perfect fight, really. And actually just kind of baiting around the Roshan.
Somnus is inside Roshan in this little nook that's still safe.
Yep. Gonna deal with the Nimbus quickly. Gets himself a nice little 100 gold bounty. What's our buyback situation? The Terrorblade's got it. Ooh, LGD are in here. Do we have a Rocket Flare to scout? Yeah, they're actually taking this down pretty fast. XXS, we might need another big steal play out of you. X-Nova, I think, trying to body block the hook, putting his body on the line.
XXS? No, he doesn't want it.
Alright. Oh, and now they're looking for the catch. Good defensive disruption from Baboka. Is going to keep Clockwork alive a little bit longer. Is he going to go for the hook shot out? He's looking for a target. He does get it. They've lost the Shaker, though. SCCC and Cheon finding him out. FY running forward and straight into the waiting arms of the Aster cores. And now they're just going to have to leave Old 11 for dead. It might actually be that the Shaker is the most important hero on the LGD side in this kind of situation. And without him, they just have to run for the hills.
Oh, man. Well, it's another long one. It's LGD. Seems like they're in the mood for it today. Illusionist Escape, really nice pickup.
Yeah, they've had some pretty grindy games, so... so SCCC actually opts for the Magic Lamp instead of keeping the Craggy Coat. Oh, jump in. They found the Queen of Pain at mid. This is trouble. Force Staff a little bit further away, but that's the Aegis already being claimed. Too much chain stun. Do they have anything else? He spawns into the Nimbus stun, into the chain stun. Somnus dead for 100. Oh man.
Big yikes.
So much for that Aegis.
Guaranteed no Mars in this next team fight, but you've still got 4 heroes.
Hook in, XXS looking for it. Chalice popping the Metamorphosis. Buyback on the Queen of Pain, but if they only get the Clockwork for this, is that really going to be worth it? SC's trapped inside of the base. They do get the Scotty slowdown onto him, but he just pops the BKB and just going to get on out of there. So they do not have a Clockwork for 110, but I mean, Metamorphosis popped and Chalice really not getting too much out of it. They're chasing after Baboka over on the other side. Gonna glimmer himself up. Ooh, nice Fisher. Nimbus to hold them back. And looks like Baboka will get the TP out. FY, does he know? He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Fade's gonna reveal all the movements coming out from LGD's side. I wonder, do they need to go something like... It's happened a couple of times where they've just BKB'd and gotten out of there on Aster's side. Do they need a basher? Just something that's going to be able to interrupt these BKB TPs?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so Quap in level 27. Somnus farming up a storm. Haven't actually really seen the Scream of Pain Fear too much yet. I feel like there haven't actually been that many big fights for LGD. And he needs to be so careful with his positioning, right? As we've seen. It's not too difficult for Aster with their lockdown to be bringing him down. Dragon Knight's going to be going back for an Ags here. I guess not too bad. The free pathing certainly really nice, and the magic resistance also going to be pretty good. Do you remember what is the magic resist percentage? It's not listed anywhere.
On what, sorry?
On Dragon Knight Ags.
Oh god, I want to say it's like 30 or 40. It's something pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a pretty good chunk. Do you think you could look it up quickly?
Sure. Dragon Knight X.
I just want to know. And it should be on this tooltip somewhere.
40.
But... Okay. All right, that's pretty good. I mean, it also gives him more of a move speed and attack speed slow, so it is also kind of it's kind of like getting a Scotty or something against these Terrorblade. Chalice is just going for a Daedalus next. He's got level 25, so he's got the extra attack range. Hopefully, they can find some kind of a catch, but it just feels like it hasn't been LGD starting a fight in a little while, or at least not being able to start a big fight. Keep getting scouted by the Zeus ultis. Really nothing that they can do about that. So
it seems so weird to me that with the DK Ags, your splash damage actually does, when you've got the Ags, more than what's on your original target. It does 115%.
Yeah, you do 115%.
Splash damage.
I mean, you can get up there with Cleave as well, right? Not, yeah. It's not normal for sure. We do have a refresher now picked up for SCCC. Could this be another 60-minute game, Danog? Oh, and Chalice.
I mean, it's feeling like it.
Chalice picks up the Satanic.
This is the first time we've really seen LGD be on the front foot with a lot of their stuff. It seems like they're just trying to dodge ganks for a lot of the time, although, as I say that, FY just goes back and pushes out this top lane.
Yeah. Okay, so FY still just trying to get anything that he can to deal with Thunder God's Wrath into getting jumped. The Ninja Gear, I guess, is actually pretty useful, right? Because he can kind of constantly smoke himself.
Yeah,
like
it'll
that.
reveal his little spot on the map, but it won't...
Yeah, but you won't actually see him, so it's pretty nice.
Here we go. Another gank attempt by Aster. Again, Fade sitting back. It's like he's playing Command and Conquer on the back lines.
Yeah, just dealing with the illusions. Aster taking the high ground here. They don't see anything, though. They're just checking these camps, trying to spot if there's anyone out here. They're not willing to use the Thunder God's Wrath until the smoke breaks. But they've only got a few seconds remaining, and it's actually LGD marching straight up the middle lane. Everybody's got TPs available for Aster, but they are going to have to come back and get into position. And XXS, it hasn't been scouted. Alright, there you go. Thunder God's Wrath reveals the fact that they are smoked up. They're just trying to siege with the illusions. Fade defending as he waits for everyone else to TP in here. And
he's got his level 25, so he only needs to use 2 Arc Lightnings to push out this wave.
Oh man, this Zeus is such a problem for LGD. Yep, and Aster into another immediate smoke. What do they see? There's Chalice. They're looking to jump, and they've actually got the Queen of Pain first. BKB pop. Chalice just needs to stand and deliver. He can't even find Baboka. Now he's being disarmed. Chalice, can you do anything? BKB, but now the defensive disruption going to keep the Dragon out alive. SC's kiting on the other side of the fight. They will finally bring down the DK. Chalice finding his opportunities. Fade waiting out these BKBs. PSG.LGD pushing forward, looking for a little bit more. They see XXS over here. In jumps the Echo Slam, but SCCC surviving, courtesy of the Magic Lamp. Now they're going to look for the turnaround onto Chalice. He's been silenced, but the Satanic is helping to keep him alive. He doesn't need the Sunder, and Somnus is controlling the backlines, fearing up both of the supports. SC versus the World on the front lines here. One more disruption. Buyback from the Clockwork, but PSG.LGD, they're finding their chances. Nice Glimmer Cape. He gets sent back into the base, and PSG.LGD, they're battered, they're bruised, but they are still alive. Ice Blast is going to go hunting. SC, I think a little bit too tanky to be brought down by that, but still. Whew.
It's feeling like a 60-minute game.
Yeah, especially with the Zeus. I mean, Fate is building Refresher at this point. Oh boy. Well, okay, the Satanic. I was like, is Satanic the right choice? I'm not sure if Chalice has been doing enough damage. Satanic was great in that fight. Definitely what he needs now that his BKB is starting to wear down. If he hadn't had that Satanic, I think he would have been dead when he was inside of the cogs. So, definitely the right call. He's running out of inventory space at this point. I mean, he's even got a Hurricane Pike in his backpack.
Zeus has got the Refresher, and what's next for him? Because he's clearly going this backline build. Octarine, maybe?
Yeah, I think Octarine is pretty good.
Let's have a look. What level? What tier 6? 5 items. Sorry.
Yeah, I was pulling that up. So, I guess what? I don't know if Seer Stone is that. I guess it's pretty good. Extra cast range.
Nothing really. It's good for Zeus.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. He would have definitely liked the Spell Prism if they'd gotten one, but not so lucky. Who's got the Havoc Hammer? It's the Radiant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah, poor guys. This is bad luck. I mean, they're not using the Prince's Knife on the side of...
It's okay on a Mars, right? The Havoc Hammer?
Yeah, I guess not too bad. So Old 11 has taken up the Ninja Gear here, and FY just has the Flicker. So that's... Man, they're really just trying to get whatever they can on FY to stop these jumps. And Fade... Okay, now he... Right. Oh my god, this game is all about, like, Fade and FY, right?
What is Old 11 doing? He's so deep, he doesn't have buyback.
He's just running it. He's running at the Zeus. Wait, is this a kill? He's doing good damage. XXS gonna try and save. They got him. Fade dead for 125. I mean, that's not even... He didn't even buy back. That's just his natural respawn at this point. And they see that he bought the Refresher, so... Very, very unlikely that he has a buyback, and this just really enables Chalice.
Yeah, this push so much stronger now. These TB illusions, they're not going to be dropping down. And, yeah, the push comes straight away.
They're trying to spam them, but they're still living. Disruption, trying to get some TB illusions of their own. Here comes the Demonic Purge. Chalice versus himself. Does pop the BKB and the Satanic just to try and heal back up here. The tier 3 tower is still standing. And without those cooldowns, Chalice might need to take a second. Does pop the Metamorphosis, just going to be chipping away onto the tier 3. They wanted that at the very least. Roshan is actually up. Aegis Cheese and a Refresher Shard there, so maybe popping this Metamorphosis not going to be such a big deal if they can just get in here and claim that.
Well, they're not going to let them have it. On Aster's side, they're keen. They want to go for a fight.
Alright, Rocket Flare scouting, kind of revealing their position a little bit, but Roshan might just be too slow. XXS, can we get a jump from you? FY's trying to block him out. Nice Fissure. They get the jump into a little bit further. Spear him to the... Well, spear him onto the Fissure. Death Prophet looking for the opportunity. Chalice kind of popping everything.
XXS doesn't have buyback.
They're getting back up onto the high ground. XXS tries for the hook shot out. He gets blocked and he's dead. Down for 120. Now it's a 5v3. Baboka in the tree line. Should be the next one caught. The Fear interacting a little bit weird with the pushback there. So Baboka will still die in the end. He does have a buyback available. 25 seconds on this Zeus, and Aster having to... Man, it actually looks like DK's moving really slowly because he's so big.
Yeah, he's actually just a beast.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, they've got the Refresher Orb on the DP, so they've got the potential to go for this secondary team fight here.
Yeah. So they've already used the shard to get the second Metamorphosis here. Chalice just chopping through the buildings.
Zeus is back.
Alright, yeah, they've got their Zeus, but they've already lost one lane of Rax. Old 11 heading bottom. They want the third tier 3. Dragon Knight does not have the Elder Dragon form anymore. They do have the secondary Exorcism ready to go, but Aster, no initiation from their Clockwork. How are they going to take this fight? I think they're trying to wait out the Metamorphosis. They're using some Terrorblade Illusions of their own, but Chalice is just lifestealing back up while they let Somnus do the work. He's the one with the Aegis. Old 11 diving in deep. He was hoping to find Fade, but he's a little bit off to the side. He also had the Blink Dagger available, so that's Old 11 blowing a lot. Are they just going to let the Terrorblade walk away from this one? Chalice is being protected. Earthshaker waiting. And looks like Aster making the decision to just fight around their remaining lane of Rax. As LGD going to take the long road around. Trying to clear out these illusions. They are pretty darn tanky. And Chalice actually has a Refresher Orb as well. So if push comes to shove, he could pop one more Metamorphosis if necessary.
I mean, he's fine with it, right? He's got the buyback needed to take the next team fight. I don't think they're running any risk of losing the game right now because they just had to use the second Exorcism just to repel, and then they still lost 2 lanes of Rax.
Yeah, so Death Prophet not looking very strong. We're now up to a 31k net worth lead for LGD. All those buybacks really coming back to hurt Aster. And Chalice, I mean, he's a full 15k ahead of anyone on the side of Aster. So they waited and they waited, but Chalice definitely doing what they need for the team in this situation. What do we got going on? Thomas pushing out top. He's almost level 30. Alright, what can they do? Hex on the Death Prophet. They just
smoke used.
I feel like they're lacking a little bit of damage. Are they gonna smoke straight in?
Yeah.
Yep. This illusion is
DP on the
here.
front line.
They get the vision.
Oh, use the Hex onto the illusion.
Okay. It's gonna be back up in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
We are almost at 60 minutes. Oh, 11 is in with the backstab. They don't realize that he's here because he's got the ninja gear. It finally breaks. He's going for Fade. He will immediately cancel. Nice disruption from Baboka, keeping Fade alive. Perhaps he's going to make his way over to the fountain. Chalice has already killed off one. They're going to focus onto the Mars, but Chalice just wants the mega creeps. He's going to leave his illusions. They're force staffing him out of there. The double force getting him well back to his team, but XXS not going to let him go. The cog pushback is there. Chalice pops the BKB. That Sunder not really doing anything as Dragon Knight is trying to stand his ground and fight, but this Terrorblade is too damn strong. SCC with the Hex, looking for this first kill on the Queen of Pain. Fade still able to keep on doing damage. XXS with the Blade Mail, just getting laughed off by this Terrorblade, who's now just getting slid around in the team fight. He's got another Metamorphosis if he needs it. His first one just about to run out. SC still has about a third of this first Exorcism.
Clock's got buyback in 2 seconds, so he can join back into this. He's going to have to.
Yeah, they absolutely need to. Move coming in. SCC popping the Refresher just so he can get the BKB out. Now he's got the Hex onto the Terrorblade. Can they bring him down? These Force Staffs too powerful. They need their Shadow Demon here. Death Prophet's dead. The damage is too much. XXS hooks through, but they don't have the cores to take this fight anymore. And PSG.LGD, it's a 58-minute grinder of a game, but they will take the victory.
Oh, patience is a virtue, and you see at the end of the game, FY tipping Old 11. Just those 2 times he was able to pick off that Zeus, and means that they can suddenly push into that high ground without the fear of the TB illusions being melted down by that Arc Lightning, especially once that Zeus hit onto his level 25. Great team play. It was gutsy considering he didn't have buyback to go on that one-man mission, but able to pull it out for LGD.
Yeah, oh man, he had such a rough start, and then he just made it his mission in life to go and kill the Zeus every single time, and it worked. That was really all that it took. I think the other thing, of course, is that the Dragon Knight and the Death Prophet started to cap out a little bit against the true late game terror of the Terrorblade, and yeah, LGD, man, they've got to be, you know, they are hardened professionals, but they've got to be pretty tired after 2, like, back-to-back 60-minute games.
Yeah.
Hopefully
they have eaten, because that is draining.
Yeah.
That is draining to watch and cast. Imagine playing it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, any other thoughts on the match, on the game, Danog?
I mean, that's going to have to fill them with a ton of confidence, right? Considering how dominant it seemed Aster were early on with their strategy. It seemed to be working perfectly, but just to have the patience to be able to turn it around, to make those ballsy plays, they'll be taking that into game number 2.
Yeah, it's a nice sign for Chalice as well. I think the big question mark for this LGD lineup is still Chalice as the carry player. Of course, there was a lot of, you know, he got a lot of help this game. They made a lot of space for him, but that was just a solid, stable game from the Terrorblade. Made the right item decisions. I think that I doubted the Satanic a little bit, but turned out to 100% be the right call. And then once he got that level 25, stopped really having any problems with being able to deal damage and getting kited. So it's going to wrap it up for our first game. We're going to head to a quick little break. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, go ahead. It was basically just saying, look, at the end of the day, even when there's a Zeus in the game, if you can finish with the most overall damage when you count hero and building, I'd say Chalice did a pretty good job.
Yeah, certainly. And on that note, we're going to head to a break. Make sure you stick around. If Game 2 is anything like the first, you're definitely